I've always wanted to change the world for disabled people, give them something to strive for. And part of that was really about finding where I felt I belonged, where I felt I could really have a passion. I remember sitting here as a 12-year-old attending my first match with my dad, and I never in a million years would have ever thought that I'd go on to be the lead of the disability cricket programme and be able to call Hampshire cricket my home. I was born with quadriplegic cerebral palsy. I was 2 months premature, had a head bleed at birth, so my outlook in the beginning was particularly bleak. Throughout my time in mainstream school, I was bullied quite horrendously. I wasn't really able to be catered for with my physical disability. I've struggled with access to sporting provisions, access to social provisions. I'd always find my friends playing football in the playground, and from that point forward I really wanted to tackle this stigma around disability and really challenge the world on making disability a more accepted part of society. When I moved to Hampshire and found that disability cricket was a thing, I knew that it wasn't going to be straightforward. Thinking, how am I going to swing a cricket bat, or how am I going to bowl a ball straight? Super Ones has really helped in the early days for me to nurture my skill. Super Ones is for 12 to 25-year-olds with a disability and exists as a grassroots means to get into cricket, but extends beyond cricket as a sport. It's a time where they can truly express themselves in the absolute best way possible, a space where they can feel safe, interact and feel as though they belong. Cricket is where I was able to discover that. The impact that it has in our communities is just tremendous. What really spoke to me was that community feel. Having access to regular free provisions has been absolutely crucial, and I've seen many participants that have gone on to achieve great things within the sport of cricket because of Super Ones. Adam, when you're ready, nice big hit for me, ready? Yes, good man. But that's when it really opened the door for me, where I thought, hold on a minute, I've got lived experience of a disability. How can I impact the skills and the knowledge that I have to a wider audience? And I went on to take my foundation coaching course and then obviously my level 2 as well. Our previous DO said he was leaving the role, and I jokingly went up to him and said, I'm going to apply for your job. And it was a tongue-in-cheek moment, and he looked at me and he went, no, do. I went home that night, I filled in the application, and I'm just delighted to have had this opportunity to come on board working with Hampshire Cricket as lead of their disability programme. Lord's Taverners and the Super Ones programme and SEND schools has really been a completely transformative experience for me as I've entered the world of full-time employment.
Take care, Danny. See you later on. The coaches just have this special way of engaging with the children and bring out the best in them. Sometimes you don't get the understanding from the parents of mainstream children. And when you come to things like this, it's almost like you already know somebody because you've got that connection.
I'm really getting a sense and a feel for the challenges which they've faced because of the challenges that I've faced in life. We can really adapt the drills that we do to accommodate as many people as we can. If you put your mind to something, you can really achieve. And that for me is what Lord's Taverners and Super Ones really encapsulates.
The dizzy heights of going out into the world and getting a job, it feels like they are so far out of reach sometimes because it's different for our children. I've got loads of friends with all their children and they're all doing brilliantly, and I'm really proud of them because they all go, oh yeah, it'll be all right, everything will be fine, and it will, it absolutely will, but it's just not as easy. It's just not as easy. Michael has been a brilliant coach, and that rubs off onto the other children. They can see what it's done for him, and it gives them the thought of the future of what that can be for them.
It has made me realise I've been able to be independent in so many other ways. Gone on to have my own family, I've gone on to get married, I've gone on to achieve great things beyond the sport of cricket. This, for me, if it works out, will be my life forevermore. I want to help young people to really strive to achieve their potential. The Super Ones cricket programme might have been where it started, but look at what this young person's gone on to achieve since.
Heads, shoulders, knees, heads, shoulders, toes, knees, ball. Yeah!
I will never achieve full independence. I'll always need help with transport or support with personal care. We really need to look to break down the barriers of independence and focus on what an individual with a disability is capable of doing for themselves. How far can they work to push themselves forward and to achieve the absolute maximum that they can. No matter how difficult of a struggle you are finding things, there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. We can work together to really make sure that disability is seen and you are heard. And I'm delighted to be part of this journey, supporting Lord's Taverners as they aim to break down barriers in their 75th anniversary and beyond.